Hey, Steve here. Try and keep this brief as I can. This we are looking at is the RPM bot. Now, this is the new automated bot that we're releasing 30th of November 2024. This is a bot that automatically does some of what the racing price monitor bot does, software does, but this one does it automatically. So what you've got over here in back one is a group of settings that you pre fill in, obviously, before you start the bot, and the bot will bet according to these settings. So if I look at back one, which is one I've got on the page here, the results, this is basically what it's doing. It's betting on Australia, New Zealand, Great Britain, and Ireland, and I have had some days in South Africa. And I'm using the staking tabs 1, 2, and 3, which are these tabs up the top here. Okay. These are staking tabs. Like tab 1 will do a bet. If that bet hasn't been processed before the next qualifying race comes along, it will go to tab 2. So if you only have tab 1 ticked, then it will miss that race until such time as tab 1 becomes available. And you'll find if there's a protest or the race has been held up for some reason, then you can have that tab locked up. So it's best to have 2 or 3. You can bet the win market or the place market. If you were to bet place market, you can see you can bet 2 to be placed, 3 to be placed, and 4 to be placed. Okay, so we've got the timers on this one set at P1. So the first time that back one looks at a price is 12 minutes out, then 9 minutes, 7 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 1.5 minutes before the race. It analyzes all that. If it meets the parameters, then it will place the bet. What are the parameters? In this case, it must be the first favourite and the last 3 must be green. When we say last 3, it is these 3 here. Okay, so for example, in this one here, these 3 are green, same down here, but obviously this race has already gone. And we are betting the saw profit, which is we're trying to get 50 cents per winning bet profit. So what it means is the first bet will try and get 50 cents profit. If it doesn't, then it will try and get 50 cents on the next race, including the stake that we just spent trying to get the first one. The little triangle here, if we want extra, we can maybe we want 2 cents extra for every losing bet. What price range are we going to use for back one? In this one here, we could say between 2 and 4, and there must be at least £5,000 or dollars invested in the race. This is reflections of what currency your bank is. So if you put 5,000 in there and you're on Australian currency, it's 5,000 Australian dollars. If you're in the UK, it would be £5,000. Okay, so then because we've got first favourite marked, these are greyed out. But if, for example, I just went here and put any horse, then you can see they become alive again with 2 ungrayed. So you can put the odds in how many runners you want. 6 to 25. 25 is the maximum, I think you'll find. Yes, 25 is the maximum amount of runners. Commission 8% because I'm in Australia, 5% obviously or less if you're in the UK. And these are stop at a profit. If these are ticked, then what it means is it doesn't care about the profit. If it's ticked, it makes a profit, it'll just continue again. If you have it unticked, then it means it will reach that profit and that tab will stop. So that means this tab 1 here will stop and it'll go to tab 2. And when that reaches 10 profit, it will stop and it'll go to the next tab. And when all 3 tabs are 10 in profit, the back one will not bet again. That's if they were unticked. But I have them ticked and all tabs ticked as well. You have to put in a loss, what you're prepared to take a loss. I'm saying 10 losing bets on back one or £100 or dollars loss. Whichever comes first, if that happens, then it will stop and restart again. If I had it unticked, then it would not restart, it would just stay stopped. Allow non-handicap, allow handicap. I've ticked them and I've unticked harness. I don't want any harness racing. So that's how you set a strategy up. Now that is only one of 6 strategies. That's back 1. You can see there we've got back 2, 3, 4, and lay 1, lay 2. So 4 backing strategies you can do and 2 laying strategies you can do. Okay, over here we have auto reload. This reloads about this just reloads all the time. So we're about 8 hours in front of races to come, and you can go into the venue and you can deselect venues if you want to, or deselect races. We don't do that, but you can do that. And so each one, like this one here, back 2 relates to this one, back 3 relates to back 3, and so forth. Okay, so these, if we look at the time now, we've just missed a race, this race here. And then we've got Darwin coming up. So you can see there, while this is 2.5, 3 minutes to go, there's no colours in here. The colours in here will not, if we're using back 3, for example, the colours will not appear until such time as 30 seconds before the off, and we're going to bet 20 seconds before the off. Then you'll see the colours will appear. What I'll do is I will just do a sort. So I bring the favourite up to the top. I'll just pause this video until we're just about ready to start so you can see it happening. Okay, so we're getting close to 46 seconds to go. I just changed the back 1 here so we can see what happens here. In back 1, we need the last 6 greens, so we need these 6 greens and a horse to be under 4s in order to be a selection. So we will find out very shortly. They should be changing colours and we'll see exactly what's happening. Now, of course, this all happens without you actually doing anything. So, okay, in this one here, this Star Spangled Dancer doesn't qualify because these 3 here would need to be green and they're not green. Okay, so T4, which is there, and T5 and T6 needed to be all green for Star Spangled to be a selection. That didn't happen. This figure here changing, this is the liquidity in the market. So there was nearly 30,000. Now you can see it's gone green, so the race has started. And we can see we're already 8 seconds, 10 seconds into the race. So we don't have a bet in this race. Sorry, we do have a bet in this race. Let's have a look. Current bets. We've got Disco Donut, which is a back 3. Price is at 10 and we've got 6 cents on it. So if we go to back 3 had to be all green. And we can see the Disco Donut is in fact all green. So that's why it's a selection. And been relegated to second, and polarising wins. Disco Donut runs second. So Disco Donut was at 10s. So that's a losing bet for us. But the bot does everything automatically. So once you set up back 1, 2, 3, 4, now you don't have to set them all up. You can just set up what you're comfortable with and then have a look at the results. We get all the results here in this format here. So you can look at the results and make your adjustments that you need. You can export them. So if you have reasonable Excel skills, then you just take the data. This is as it comes from the software. When you export it, I've just added a couple of columns here to make my graphs with. And then you can produce graphs like this, which just show you exactly just a reflection on what's happening. And with those extra columns, I can create there to see that we made 24.5 points profit in these 11 days here for an outlay of $89 and 28% return on investment, 54 wins, 129 races, and a strike rate of 42%. Now, some of those figures I've had to adjust, add extra columns to get it, but if you've got some skills in Excel, then you can do that. If we just look at the lay, there's the lay information, and then if I go here, I can go lay 1, lay 2. As I said, this has had some modifications in order to get these figures, but it's pretty easy to do if you've got some Excel skills. Okay, so that just about brings us to the end of this video. There's not that much more to tell you about. Just bet small. You can bet obviously 1, 2, 3, 4 cents and pence. Keep your target small while you're learning, and as you develop strategies that work, increase the staking on those. So thanks for watching this video, and I hope you have a lot of fun with RPM bot if you decide to get involved.